Good afternoon, students. So, today's topic is settlement and rehabilitation of people and its problems and concerns. So, first of all, we must aware about the term what is resettlement. So, as the name indicates, re means again, settlement means settle down. So, whenever the individuals or the people get settled down again, that is called resettlement. So, whenever there is a planning process, design, and stimulation to develop certain regions, that leads to form a new place, or that leads to form the people are get displaced. So, as we can take the example of construction of dams, so reservoirs, power plant, fertilizer plants, so they may indicate the resettlement points. So, the involuntary movement of the people, they can also invite the various problems in their displacement. So, yes, of course, we can say their cultural activity or identity can be lost, traditions are weakened, family ties are stopped. So, of course, whenever we talk about this, so there will be a great destruction in the relationships because the members, the individuals and the people move apart from each other. So their culture moves apart each other as well. So the relationship move apart. That's why it creates so many problems regarding resettlement. So the coping with resettlement and rehabilitation. So the government bodies and of course their parts and NGOs like the non-governmental organizations, they all are work to rehabilitate the displaced people. Means those people who left their places, who left their native places. So there is a responsibility of government to provide the place or to provide the habitat to that particular individuals. So this mitigate such problems. Ministry of Rehabilitation and Resettlement is established at the national level, so that ministry and NGOs and various other organizations that are responsible to do the resettlement and rehabilitations. So they also responsible to provide the alternate sites. They all are responsible to provide the compensation. So the compensation is just to build their house. The compensation is just for the loss of their property, just to lose their culture. And of course, we can say the loss in cultural activities, we can't compensate it with the money or economic help. So to provide the compensation with the land, building and other infrastructure. So they integrate them with various programs. So according to their choices and to look their welfare and provide better living conditions. So, of course, we can take the examples of slum areas. So, there are the various NGOs and the government organizations which provide the houses or homes or flats even in the metro cities for those who don't have homes. But of course, as we know, in our life, there are various ministers who are continuously wasting our money in, as you know, there is a corruption. So that is, of course, that is a different concept. So as we do the case study, so industries, river valley projects, power plants, dams, and such displaced people have to rehabilitate at some other places. A variety of problems have to face with the social, with the cultural, and with the economic level. So they have to cope up with the problem, just with the help of governments, just with the help of NGOs. And as I told you, NGOs are the non-governmental organizations. So, for instance, in the Gujarat state, there is a Sardar Sarovar project that was constructed or that was established by the government just to provide the rehabilitation and the resettlement for the people who lost their habitat and who lost their homes. So 2830 families were allotted at the minimum 2 acres of the land, and 2731 families are allotted residential plots. And of course, you heard about this. Government provided or allotted the plots for the BPL, means below poverty lines. So all these are the steps which are taken by the governments for these people who lost their houses for various reasons. So next topic is environmental ethics, issues and possible solutions. So as we know, environment is a very essential element for human existence. Environmental ethic is a part of ethic which is based upon the environmental responsibilities. So what does it mean? We have to make our environment clean. We have to make our environment pollution free. Environmental responsibility is derived and is out of human interest because environment is essential, and of course we know it is inseparable part of human exercise. Better environment guarantees better well-being. So you all, even including me, we all must aware about our environmental cleanliness. So as we know, our Prime Minister launched Swachh Bharat. So of course Swachh Bharat is a part of environmental ethics because we do all we do the clean, all we do the neat and clean, neatness and the cleanness of our environment, of our surrounding. So consider, as we know, where are such issues can be created like amount of carbon dioxide and various other harmful gases and other elements due to burning of fossil fuels. So that leads to global warming, that leads to pollution, falling level of the quality ingredients such as gases, water vapors, atmosphere, deterioration of the various things, deforestation that can also lead to pollution, that can also lead to the destruction in the environment. Natural resources, as we know, natural resources are continuously depleting as much as faster rate. How? Just due to the overutilization and consumption of these natural resources at the higher rate. And of course, I say at much higher rate. So, just because of this, many hot issues can be formed, and these hot issues like the global warming, like the greenhouse effect, like the AC drains and pollution, of course. So just these are about environmental ethics. So as I told you, this is all about resettlement and rehabilitation. Thank you so much. Thank you.